Hi everybody, I'm Stacy with Stacy's Organizing and Decorating for Life. I'm here to help you organize your thoughts and decorate your perspectives. So today our topic is on regrouping in 2021. How to embrace change, So it's actually embracing the concept of change is what I'm talking about today. And you may think to yourself, well, Stacy, we're halfway through 2021. But I know from talking to people that many people are still embracing the concept of change. I was just talking to my soul daughter the other day, and we were talking about all the regrouping, revamping, rebirth, recreate, all the things that we're doing because, we have to re-navigate ourselves because sometimes we'll think we're going this way and then we veer off this way, because things are changing rapidly. So, I thought we might touch base on that today. If you're feeling the same thing, or even if you're not, please hit the like and subscribe button below, and maybe you know somebody. I'm sure you know somebody who is, so please stay tuned. But before we get started, I want to welcome you back. If you come to this channel every week, I thank you very much. I love and appreciate you, and that's part of the regrouping, is as you all know that I was posting for the last 2 years, weekly Wednesday video. The last couple of weeks it's gone to Thursday, and I'm really thinking about doing the videos on, having them posted on Fridays instead, so that, I have all week to work on them, A, and then B, where I'm more focused because I have clients too. So, and also that maybe more of you would get to see them, because I know that some people binge watch these videos. They may miss them on Wednesday and then they catch them all at once. They play catch up. I don't know what's going to work better. I do value and appreciate your input. I appreciate your loyalty, But if you're new to this channel, I have to let you know that I'm not a doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, a scientist, any of those things, but I like those things. So sometimes I may share what helps me that I learn on those things, because if it helps me, I'm hoping that maybe it might help somebody else too. So really what I do is I do help you organize thoughts and decorate perspectives, which again is redecorating and recreating, right? I have a webpage called stacyforlife.com, and on this webpage I write a monthly blog, so I invite you to check that out. But also there's a description of the services that I provide as a life coach, dealing with addiction, codependency, and grief, but not exclusively to those things, because underneath those things lies a desire for healing and healthy relationships, as well as development of spiritual and soul consciousness. It's about going within to feel comfortable in your own skin, digging all that stuff up off your soul so you can grow. So if you or anyone you know need help in any of those areas, please feel free to check me out once again at stacyforlife.com, or you can email me at stacyreneeforlife@gmail.com. Okay? So let's get started. When we looked at all these re's, and my soul daughter was like, yes, Soul Mama, you should make a video on all these re's. So that's what we're doing, because I take suggestions. So in looking at that, I looked up the re. It's a prefix, and it means again or again and again, because we say re all the time, but really, do we really remember where we learned that in school? Or back and backward. We refurbish, we retype, we regenerate, we retrace, and we revert. I know that I at least do one of those every day, which is regenerate, because I go to sleep at night and I get good sleep, because that's good for my self, cells, and soul, and it makes me act nice during the day. But a lot of people want it to return to how it was before 2021, and it's not going to do that. So we have to regroup or rethink what we know about this world and what we know about ourselves, So used as a preposition, it's re would mean regarding or concerning. This is out of the Cambridge English Dictionary. In Latin, re means a thing or affair. So what we do is we repeat, we recover, and we retire. Some people who have been laid off of work or who no longer have jobs are doing the same thing every day, so they feel like they're repeating the same thing every day. So they may have to reinvent, rediscover what's on their soul, what their soul's desire was. So we can see one thing, we can see another thing. This is often what I say. Then some people have retired, and so they're recreating and reinventing themselves too, of what do they really want to do now. And then we have people that are recovering because they may have discovered that through staying locked in or being isolated that they, some of the things that they did that they thought were social, and then when they're doing the same things and they're alone, they may need to recover. Maybe they discovered, that they had some issues with people that really got maybe amplified or intensified through COVID. So there's recover, so people are recovering too, and when we recover, sometimes we reinvent, and it's about expansion. I know that my recovery in itself has allowed me to expand in so many ways, where I could recreate, rediscover, and just think about things. Sometimes I have to come back. And looking up the topic, and all the reads and the research, was I saw that there's a video by Colette Baron Reed, because of course this is going to come from the algorithms that I feed, but it says revealing your highest self. So many people may be feeling really low, so they need to rediscover their highest self. So that's about revealing your highest self with Colette Baron Reed. So that's a video you may find interesting. Renewal for summer, because it is indeed summer. This is by Deepak. So this may be able to give you some spiritual insights on how to, I haven't watched that video myself, but I thought it was interesting. Renewal, because we're all going through different renewals. This is renewal for summer. If you've been homeschooling your kids, it may not seem like there's much difference because they're still home. I don't know. Then there's re-emerging into the world with purpose. So many people have started to rethink their goals in life. Before COVID, before 2020, a lot of people were on this hamster wheel. They were redoing the same thing every day to keep it was just the reprogramming, it was programming. So now people are trying to do reprogramming because lives have changed. So then I watched a video with Russell Brand and Bradley Garrett, and in this video they talked about rebirth, reconnection, and recreation, or recreation, either way, So, and many of us are doing that we're rebirthing ourselves, reinventing ourselves, maybe because of jobs, maybe because of loss or separation, or maybe, there's many different aspects of why this could be happening. And then when we are rebirthing and redefining ourselves, we discover new recreation, or we recreate, and that's what they were meaning in this one. But I just saw recreation and thought, oh, it's the same thing, recreate and recreation. So it can be fun, y'all. That's the thing. But then there was another one that said Reborn Again, and it was actually issued by Pacific on YouTube, but it was Dr. Joe Dispenza. And in this, many of us have had a revision, a recall. We've had to redefine ourselves, rewrite, realign, and as we redefine ourselves, the definitions change, And looking at that Dr. Joe Dispenza part, and if you're not familiar with him, he's a neuroscientist and a best-selling author, but he says that your environment is an expression of your mind. So many people have had to expand that expression of their mind in doing this recreation and redefining and revisioning everything. So, we've had to look deeper and look further into who we are and what we want to be, do, and see. So, in that, also we've had all the controversy about vaccinating and anti-vaxxing, and we're still going through all of that, and the global warming changes in the world. And in talking with one of my best friends the other day, when we chatted about this, she said, Stacy, I just feel like people that are more spiritually evolved maybe don't need the vaccination as much as somebody who is not, and that's an opinion. That's not, facts, and it's not really up for debate, because I agree with her. I do believe, and I'm curious, and, I have friends that are nurses, and I ask, I said, in these cases, because some people are getting sick who had the vaccine, and some people who did not have the vaccine have obviously gotten sick. So it's really about what kind of spiritual foundation do they have? And I'm not talking about religious, because you have people who are religious who are in bad health or poor health. What I'm talking about spiritually are people who are conscious, who are paying attention to what they eat, what they put into their self, mind, body, and soul, and stuff like this, who are feeling that connection, who are, not just living life from the programming and default that we've learned, but are trying to be that more expansive self, and everything. And for one thing, that what helped me in my spirituality and to be able to embrace all sorts of faiths and spirituality is that I went to a unity church. And so in sharing this, and talking about what she said about people being spiritual and having a higher immunity system, it is our belief system. So I'm curious on the nurses, on, if anybody has documented the level of people who have gotten ill, whether they had the vaccine or not vaccine, what their spirituality, their belief systems were like. And I don't even know that you could even gauge that kind of thing. Maybe it's just a hope for me that's part and parcel of this, because in this time of uncertainty, so many of us seek a power greater than ourselves to keep us restored, And so I was just curious about that. And I went to a unity church, I went to Unity Church of Fort Worth, as a matter of fact, when I got divorced. And then again, I was recreating myself and reliving and redoing my life. It was this kind of thing seemed like a retrograde, I guess for the past couple of years, because as a retrograde, people know they're kind of chaotic and things don't seem to work, and you have to readjust so many things, and you're really cautious during a retrograde. And so, but the thing is going back to the Unity Church, that one of the founders of the church was Myrtle Fillmore, and she was affected with tuberculosis. Hold on, let me get my facts right. This is the thing, is like Myrtle Fillmore was born on August 6th. Now, it was a lot many years before I was born, is what I'm trying to say, because that's my birthday too. It's also Lucille Ball's birthday, by the way, so this zany stuff may come in from there. But Myrtle Fillmore was afflicted with tuberculosis at a very young age, and in 1886, this is what Myrtle Fillmore said. But before I get to that, I also want to say that when I went to Unity Church, not only is my birthday August 6th, Myrtle Fillmore's is August 6th, but also the pastor at that time, Paul John Roach's birthday, also August 6th. So there's some mysticism going on with this August 6th. I'm just saying. So anyway, what she said, and she regularly affirmed, and I think I said this before when when this all started coming out, this virus, is she said, "I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness." And over time, she was healed of the tuberculosis that had threatened her life. I want to tell y'all, she was 86 years old when she died. I figure if I live to be 89, I'll be okay. But even if at 86, I would take 86, So that's a pretty good ripe old age, and so none of us have expiration dates, as, we all know, is that we don't get to decide when we're going to stay or go. But I think that certainly spirituality and the way that we view the world around us and how we expand and contract, if we're contracting, and many people did through this, is that they're still afraid to go out. And that's why I do these videos, is so that people feel more expansive, so that if you're sitting here feeling like you've got to revamp, revisit, regenerate, regroup, and all of this, that you are not alone, that there's nothing wrong with it. It's oftentimes because people, are helping other people. It doesn't mean that everybody's life is going just perfect all the time. It just means that it's our attitude about life. And so that's what I try to help people with, is just to give them that sparkle of hope to where they're not feeling alone. Because thankfully we do have these computers and these outlets to learn. We have them to connect with, with what, and to motivate us. So oftentimes even spirituality can be finding what's on here to uplift you, because it's just very important for you at this time, and your immune system, what you tell yourself, to be around people who do. If you're around people that they are also uplifting and encouraging you. And if you don't have somebody around you who's uplifting and encourage you, you can find things on here that will uplift and encourage you, to feed your algorithms, just like I was telling you about the videos that pop up in my feed, about the reing, that we can all recreate at any given time. I said that last week, that you're not too old ever to recreate and revamp your life, So I hope that this video has been helpful and give you some thought about reing, and that it's not a bad thing when we have to recreate, redo, and all of this. That it's just a part of our being, and it's part of our evolution. And as always, I usually tell people, sometimes I forget at the end of the video. But I'm available for 30 minutes. I will give people 30 minutes of my time to help you reorganize your thoughts and redecorate your perspectives, because we're all in this together, and I want to see us all come out okay. And I do believe that, spiritually it can help you. I'm not saying that that is a cure for anything. You've got to do what you need to do, whether you vaccinate or don't vaccinate. That's up to you. That's not me telling anybody. I'm not on trying to tell anybody anything. So don't say Stacy said to vaccinate or not to vaccinate, because I ain't going there. But I am just saying to keep your soul lifted, no matter what your choices are, to make choices that are going to resonate with your soul, so that you can grow, and to be in tune with that, because there's just been so many changes, and when things change, sometimes we got to change with them. And like I said, I can't fix your life in 30 minutes. Many people, we dig layers and layers, and it can take, a lot of times it takes 3 months at least of working to get to, certain points. But I don't claim that, I can help people in one session. What I am claiming is that you don't have to make a permanent decision for a temporary problem, because we just do things, like I said before, 24 hours at a time, changing our patterns. And so just if you need some redirection just for a few minutes, I can maybe help you with that, because I want you to be okay? So with that being said, if you feel like this video will help anybody who's struggling now and feeling like they're lost or losing because they have to redo a certain area of their life, to know that they are not alone, and that there is hope, and to stay hopeful is a part of their redecorating their perspective, and to reorganizing their thoughts. We can get those less jumbled and just focused on one thing at a time. Okay? All right. So I look forward to connecting with you again next week, maybe Friday next week. I'm going to be on vacation, so I hope to show you just a little bit of vacation and to come up with a topic. So if you all have a topic, please feel free once again to email me at stacyrenee4life@gmail.com. Reach out to me on any of the social medias. My personal page on Facebook is Stacy Renee. It will help if you send me a little message along with that telling me you saw this video on here, because then I don't have to do as much investigation to see if somebody got hacked or didn't get hacked, or if you're real or not. Or it's Stacy_Renee4Life on Instagram. And so that's all for now. I'm on Twitter too as Stacy Renee if you want to reach out on Twitter. I don't know that many people on Twitter anymore though. So, all right. I wish you much love and peace, and I'll talk to you again next week. Thank you so much. Bye.